Alright, we're back. Hi guys. This time we're on wanted to do a catch-up video on where I'm at on the Atwater Kent 67C. Been doing some polishing and cleaning on the top of the chassis. I had this part off and polished it up, cleaned it up, and now I've bolted it back down. Pulled all the caps out, tuning capacitors. I wanted to show you some things about these. This little spring here, that's just the stop. There's also another one on this side which it hits, so it gives for a soft start or stop. I mean, this is what would be considered the primary. It goes in right about here, and then everything is geared off of it, or actually pulleyed off of it, using these types of pulleys. I've got to still clean these up, or these ribbons. They're a copper ribbon, and they're very delicate, so it takes a little bit of time to clean them up. There's 3 of them for 4 caps. There's the other 2. They're not hard to put in and take out. These have little ears on them that correspond to these little points. So you can see the screw holes. They're slotted. So you put them in and get them set up, get your pulleys back on, then you can put the belts on and then just adjust them for tightness. I've been a little polishing on these. These are the little pulleys that goes in there, and there'll be 2 set screws that I took out for right now. These are rather fun to play with, to clean up and everything, because they come apart real easy. Everything comes apart if necessary. You can even take all the fins apart if you need to, by just unscrewing this, and then you just got the various spacers. Same thing with the stators in here. They're set up on these screws. You just take them apart. You can take the whole unit, the stator unit, out by just taking these screws out, and these are slotted to adjust it. And then this here, inside here, is a beveled piece, and the shaft is beveled also. That keeps it centered, and what keeps tension on it is this little tensioning spring, except for this one. This one actually has a tensioning spring, but you probably won't be able to see it in there. I don't know if I can get the light in there good enough to see it, but it's in there. But it's actually the pulley that sets up against it that holds the whole thing together. Otherwise it will come out. When I had took these out, this one was out of adjustment, and it was hitting over here. It was pushed in too far this way and tilted just a little bit. So, and when I went to loosen the screws, these should be really tight, and they were just above finger tight. Just like you tighten it down with your finger and then just take a screwdriver and go just not, maybe 1/8 of a turn. So somebody had messed with this one. Let's see. I still got to work on finishing up the can capacitors. I never got back to the 3rd one. I got 2 of them took apart, and you just stick in your capacitors in here and then put these pieces back in. I'll probably just touch them as far as soldering them in. I don't want to overheat the caps. This is the drive. It fits on here, and then the knob shaft that goes in here has a rubber piece that goes against these teeth, and which is totally gone, so I'll have to rig up something for that. I haven't got this completely clean. There's still some stains on it. I'll have to clean it some more. The nice thing about like Atwater Kent is a lot of these TRF radios in the old days, back when these were built, they had just 0 through 100. Atwater Kent actually put the, I don't know, in the red here, they put the frequencies in. So not only did you have just the standard 1 through 100, but you also had the frequencies. Now, I don't know, I was thinking a couple other companies did that for a little bit, like Majestic did on some of theirs, but I don't hold me to that, I'm not sure, but I know that Atwater Kent did this considerably on quite a bit of theirs. Where else? Except for the audio, interstage audio and the push-pull audio transformer. Now the output audio transformer is fine. Other than the other two audio transformers, so far everything is checked out. Coils are good. Everything else, now I got to mold up some resistors. These guys here naturally are way out of tolerance. Excuse me. The caps check good, and there's 3 of these wire wounds and they're good. So I'll just mold me up some of these, just make some just the round mold part here, take the ends off, and then I'll put the ends back on those, and this is just lead, so I'll leave the lead stick out long and let it come down over and solder onto the new cap leads that'll be inside. And otherwise I would probably try to hide. Now this one here, I believe this is one of the bias resistors, so it don't have a lot of current on it. There was a 2 meg here that I could have done that with too, where I could use a very small capacitor and hide it up underneath. But there was another one here that is a plate load, and it's a 1 watt resistor, and you wouldn't be able to hide that 1 watt underneath one of these tubes. So we'll just mold them in. That's where I'm at on it. A lot more cleaning to do. I've got some rigger metal to clean up. Oh, something I wanted to point out on this. These are the internal shields sitting between the caps, and of course 2 of them have the screws. There's a shield lid that goes over across the top, and they have these screws in them. The thing I was interested, or found interesting, was the literal machining. When they made this, they actually machined this flat so it fit tight and get a good ground to the back plane here. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I did want to show one that an AK-40 that I had many years ago. Well, I still got it, but I'll bring you around, see if I can zoom in on it. These were pictures when I first got it, and some of the things I want to point out is this corrosion here and corrosion down through here. These are actually the good size. I didn't get a good picture of it. Down the bottom down here on, I think this one, and maybe a little bit on this one. The one over here was real bad. They were really badly corroded. There's a lot of rust in here that went clear across this whole bottom section, metal section. What I ended up having to do, since they were so badly corroded in this area here, I had to literally take them completely apart, every fin and everything, and clean them up individually and polish them. So they're the same thing as these guys. So you just take out the center bolt and pull everything out. You can see the rust on it. Surprisingly, the coils and everything else was good in it, including this is the antenna coil, and it was right down the midst of this rust, and there was a little bit of green right at the solder joints on one of them, and I managed to clean that up, and we was good. So so anyway, that's where I'm at, and so I'll get this video uploaded. This will be Atwater Kent, or the AK-67C Part 2, and you can see where we're at, and as I move on, I'll and anything else I find interesting, I'll show you and show how this thing comes back together. So until then, thanks again for your comments, and to my new subscribers and viewers, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.